Hey guys, what's up? Thank you so much for joining. It's proofSzilko here. So I do tutorials for PUBG console and I also do live streams for PUBG on console, and I wanted to mix both of them together. So I thought it would be really nice to have training Thursdays. During my whole live stream, I do tutorials, which means that I'll explain all my decisions. I'll try to understand the reason I died in a certain situation or managed to win in the next one. And at the end of the day, get the chicken dinner possibly. And hopefully it will help you to get better in the game. I'm planning to do these live stream tutorial videos until we get the crossplay. So Xbox players will be able to play against PS4 players. And this is session 1, so basically I will start with the beginner tips. Those of you who joined to the live stream were extremely satisfied with this idea and you asked me to do more of it. And you also asked me to do a short summary about this tutorial itself, because the full session was 3 hours long. And basically guys, 3 hours of tutorial videos cut down to a much smaller one. So this is the most compressed PUBG console tutorial you will ever find on the internet, I can promise you that. So be sure to watch the full tutorial video, because all the tips will be extremely useful and you'll be surprised how a small tip can make a huge impact on your gameplay. And remember that this is session 1, so if you keep coming back for future training Thursdays, I promise you that by the end of the series, you'll be a much better player than you are right now. And hopefully you'll get to win against Xbox players if you play on PS4 and vice versa. And in today's video, I will go for 300 likes as a goal. So make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and found it useful. And if you didn't, of course, you can leave a dislike as well. And subscribe for more content like this in the future. And I see you in the next one. Bye bye. So if you're a beginner and you don't know how to, deal with all the different types of situations, I recommend you to start to land somewhere remote. And of course use the training mode to be more comfortable with your weapon skills, sorry. Otherwise, in normal situation, I would keep the 6x. You can zoom it out to 3 times. And since it's a 6 times scope, it's more powerful than 4 times obviously, but it's more versatile because you can zoom it out to 3 times. It's really hard to hit someone when they're riding a bike. It's one of the fastest vehicles and it's really easy to turn with it. So try to ride the bike in zigzag pattern instead of riding it straight in a straight line. Whenever you go through a populated area, like big name locations, you can expect that other players will start to shoot at you. So use the zigzag pattern I was just talking about. See the guy is running in the open. You can try to run him over. It's really up to you. He's using the tree as a cover, so it will be hard to hit him. He's shooting my back. First kill. As you saw it, if you jump just before, throwing the nade, it will go further away. So you can cover longer distances. And if you cook it before throwing it, it will give your enemies less time to escape. And the new meta, as you can see, is the Micro Uzi, the Uzi Pro. And the thing I learned that you'll be more, you know, deadlier or more like a pro player if you use the Micro Uzi with the DMR, not with a sniper rifle. It's just more versatile, and you can, you know, Micro Uzi or the Uzi Pro is only dangerous in up to a certain distance. So with the DMR you can cover the rest. You can you know, engage players from medium to long distances. But if you have a, you know, bolt action rifle, this is really good for long distance shots only. So that's why I'm using this combination on purpose. I'm using a DMR with an SMG. Right, so guys, I don't know if you noticed what I just did. Last time in the previous round I died because I didn't have enough smoke to cover myself whenever it's needed. So this time I'm making sure that I have more than enough smokes. Right now I have 4. So I can use them not just while I'm looting, but if I make it there, I will use it, or I will use them in the final game or in the final few circles, depending on the situation. Using the free look feature while I'm moving, just to make sure that nobody's following me, nobody is setting up a trap without me noticing him. If you want to win the gunfights, you don't want to be the second guy who's aware of the current situation. You want to turn the cards to your favor. And if you're talking about vehicles, if I have to cover long distances, I'll try to save up the fuel, so I won't use the turbo too often. Right now I'm just pushing the gas. I'm not using the turbo, so my fuel will last longer. And I saw one vehicle outside of this compound, so I used the same tactic. I was doing circles around the compound until I spotted the enemy. I'm getting close to top 10 and I just have 2 kills. I didn't engage the gunfights. I wasn't sure that I can win. It's a really good tactic for the beginners. This guy will die as well. Look at him. I call them blue fighters. I don't know what of you mentioned in one of the previous streams, but these players doesn't really care about the blue zone. They just care about getting one more kill, one extra kill, and trying to, you know, yeah, as I said, he's trying to get one extra kill. He doesn't really care about the blue zone. Bye bye, buddy. Being a good player, congratulations. As always, before landing, I use the free look feature to check my surrounding area. If anyone else is landing here with me, I can't see anybody else right now, so it looks safe, but you can never know. And I always try to land somewhere first, where there are just a few doors to go through, just to cut down the time while I manage to grab my first weapon. If you land in a building, for example, where there are too many doors and too many rooms to get through, you'll lose a lot of time. Yeah, but you know what I just learned about the auto driving? Check this out. Right, so you use the auto acceleration and you can switch the seats and your vehicle will keep moving straight. If you switch seats without the auto acceleration, check what will happen. The vehicle stopped. And if you move faster, the vehicle will, you know, drift. So this is actually a useful feature in my opinion. The reason I keep moving, because I don't want to get, you know, sniped. So while I'm waiting for my opponent to expose himself, I'm still on the move, just to make myself a harder target to hit. See what I did there? Between the branches. You didn't expect that. It's not beginner level. You don't have to peek all the time the side of the tree. I expose myself just a little bit, just to make him peek. One more headshot. He doesn't have a helmet anymore, I'm pretty sure. Opening your parachute will help you to glide further away from the plane's path, minimizing the chances that someone will land next to you. So if you do the long range jumps, you can aim for buildings or locations with names, like big huge locations with probably good loot. I prefer to check angles from the closer side, or from that side which is closer to the circle, because it's more likely that other players will push from that side. I threw a smoke on top of my vehicle. Just to cover myself when I leave the area. Unfortunately, I couldn't kill that guy. I don't have time, the zone is already closing in, so I will just move into the circle. I don't want to be a blue fighter. I should check for vehicles by the roads, because it has higher chances. So while I'm driving, I'm marking spot where I can cross the river with the vehicle, so that I can follow that marker. And practically this is the fastest way towards the safe zone. Or it can be in any of those two buildings. I'll fall back. I don't want to risk. Remember, you don't have to win every gunfight. You have to be smart all the time. And you'll win eventually. Behind that fence. 20 seconds. Was this the same guy? Oh no. It's another one. Two birds with one stone.